In this week's Nintendo News Recap, we cover the biggest announcements from Nintendo's 2026 Summer Direct, Summer Games Fest, and the Xbox Game Showcase. Get ready for the Ocarina of Time Remake, Resident Evil Veronica, and more, because this is Podcasting with Power. Welcome to Podcasting with Power, your weekly source for Nintendo and video game news, reviews, and deep dive discussions. I'm Zachary Davis, and that's Jordan Carlson, and we are going to talk some games. But before that, if you like what we do here, hit that subscribe button, leave us some comments, and follow us on social media at PodWithPower. All of the links you need are in the show description. Jordan, it's been a big week in the world of video games. It used to be E3. It was all consolidated into E3. Now everybody's kind of doing their own thing. But at least it all kind of happens all at once. So it's still exciting. We had the PlayStation State of Play last week, and then the Summer Game Fest on Friday, Xbox on Sunday, and then on Monday we were teased with a Nintendo Direct for this previous Tuesday. So since we've last recorded, we've actually heard about a lot of new games.
Oh my God,
I'm pretty excited to talk about them.
Yes.
But real quick, what have you been playing on your own time here?
So I'm actually just cruising through Metal Gear still, but I did pick up a new game.
What is that? You didn't tell me what it was, so I'm very curious.
007.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I feel so stupid too because you were like, you think you're gonna pick that up? I was like, nope.
Okay.
And like the more I thought about it, and the more I watched about it, I was like, this is sneaking around too. I got so heavy into Metal Gear again that I was like, man, I wish I had a new game that did this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, 007 does that,
Makes sense.
So I picked it up and have you played?
I have not yet. No.
Okay. I'm probably 5 hours in.
Okay.
At this point, pretty cool. I have some things to say if we ever end up talking about it, but it's a good game so far. I like it.
That's great to hear. Yeah, it's, got exceptional reviews, which I don't think either of us expected leading up to it, but it seems to be doing well, so that's cool. Will come to Switch 2 eventually. That's the story. They keep peddling. But yeah, that's exciting. That's a fun one. I've been playing a lot of the same stuff still. To the Hollower. I beat Yoshi in his book.
You did?
I mean, it's not exactly an achievement, but I did. I did not. What's nice is it unlocks a bunch of stuff afterwards. So it's 6 chapters, and then I think it's 3 or 4 more. And then I think beyond that, I think there's still another 1 or 2. So there's a lot of content there. I decided it was time to put it down for me. But a fun little experience. I definitely look into it, get a feel for what it is before you pick it up. But man, I've been playing so much Donkey Kong 64. Holy moly. That game has 200 golden bananas, as you may recall.
Yeah.
I've got about half of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I am 100%ing this.
That's
on this
so
playthrough.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What a throwback.
I know, it's nice. I'm playing it with the N64 controller, which is cool. Yeah. A little bit of handheld too, and it's nice to play. Sitting up on the couch.
So I booted it up. I feel like if you're not using the N64 controller, it's really weird.
I think that is just DK64.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, dude, there's a couple, I didn't realize you can't climb every tree.
No, not every tree. Yeah.
Right. So there's some things I don't remember the way, I didn't remember when I came back to it, but the controls, I have a couple of 64 controllers that I can use, but I was just fumbling around with the Switch Pro controller, and I was like, man, this is awkward,
Yeah. I think we've talked about it. Anything that uses the C buttons, I want physical buttons. I don't want to use the right stick. I hate that.
Yeah.
And this game uses the C buttons quite a bit. Your gun, your grenade, your musical instrument. It's all
your
on there.
Fucking gun. Yeah.
But yeah, DK64 rocks. I'm sick of pretending it doesn't. It's awesome.
Hey, good for you using rocks. I feel like rocks is such a cool thing to bring back, like that
Yeah.
rocks or that rules. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You can't overdo it, but yeah, every once in a while.
No,
I like a
like
good
that
rock.
rules.
What else?
Yeah.
Oh, so last week we put out your impressions on Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream,
Yeah.
which was a game that
Yeah.
kind of snuck up on you. And as we were recording that, I kind of realized, okay, I need to play this game.
I saw that you were playing.
And so I downloaded it over the weekend, and I spent a good most of Saturday, I would say, playing it. And it's awesome. It's very fun, very funny. I've added myself and you and Kali to the island. All 4 beetles are there. Probably my greatest achievement is I created our cat Peepers as a me. She's got the ears. Yeah, I'll have to show you a screenshot of that because Kali thought it was a little scary when she saw it. But I did my best to make a cat in me form. And she's great. She has a very high pitched voice. You actually, she really wants to be friends. Well, the other way around. You want to be friends with her, and so you two interact quite a bit.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta see. I am really curious. Have you gotten any funny clips or recordings?
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. It's funny, obviously, I think it scripts a good part of the content. So, like, I was seeing a lot of stuff that you had shared just with my characters, but kind of some of the same lines and situations and things like that. But I've also seen tons and tons of stuff that I did not see from you and haven't heard from you. So, it's pretty cool.
I do love it. I've been silently playing that still. I have not dropped that yet.
Yeah, I really did not think it was for me, but I love it.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. And then I've got two other things here, but I'll save those for as we go through the direct because they are related to that. Okay. So, do we want to just dive right into this news recap here? It's mostly going to be Nintendo Direct. It's going to be some other announcements that were made over this past week, but yeah, I think there's a lot here. First up, so Nintendo, as I mentioned, they teased the Direct on Monday, delivered the Direct Tuesday morning, June 9th, if you happen to be watching this way in the future and don't know when this was. And we got a whole bunch of games. And before we get into it, I kind of want to hear the vibe. I want a vibe check of the Direct. Of the Direct itself, like, how are you feeling about it?
I don't know. I'm going to throw out a random number, but because I may have said something different in the past, but it's very similar. Like, I feel like if I have like 3 hits or something,
okay, sure.
And by hit, I mean something that I'm like, ooh, yeah, okay. Like, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
If I have 3 of those, to me, I have a good time.
Okay.
And I feel like I had that. So obviously I love when the big thing is something I like, yes, obviously.
And it very much was. There's no getting around it. They know Ocarina of Time Remake was announced. We'll get to that at the very end.
Yeah, at the very end. So obviously that weighs pretty heavily. It does. But there are other things in this that I thought were really cool. So I liked it. I was having a good time before the big announcement. So
okay. I'm curious to hear what those hits are. So I want you to shout them out as we go through the list here. Go ahead. No, go for it.
I was going to say, and I don't know if I've said this to you before on the podcast, but I know I've said this to you somewhere, but we went through that like farming era. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like, can you tell what era we're in right now? Like, I can feel like I feel like I know.
Yeah, every JRPG on the planet wants to be on Switch too right now.
There's JRPGs, but also like it's like samurai.
Okay.
Like everything. It's like Ninja Samurai, Souls game. Like,
sure. Okay.
Everything. I just feel like everyone wants to be that right now.
Sure. That's valid. I mean,
tons of it.
They sell. They're making money.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say, so I liked a lot of the announcements here. When we break it down, there's actually not a ton of first party announcements that were new.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw all the stuff that had been announced, Fire Emblem, Rhythm Heaven, all that stuff. and got dates and details there, so that's nice. But despite that, I feel like there was a lot of good content here. I felt like it was organized very poorly. Like, as far as pacing goes, I think this was a terrible direct. Because I was like, what are we doing sometimes? Like, but like there was good stuff in it. So it's like weird that like I came out of it being like, okay, I'm excited for what's next. But like I didn't enjoy watching this, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know? So the people are here for the games. So let's get to the games. We start off Yoshiaki Koizumi, who has been hosting these for a long time now, since Iwata passed away. I think he's basically from the Switch era forward. He opens the show and shows us Rhythm Heaven Groove, which I thought was an odd choice to start the show, right? It's a known quantity. It comes out next month. Didn't really announce anything new for it, right?
Yeah.
And there it is. We do know it'll have over 80 rhythmic minigames, with over 30 minigames being co-op. So there's that. I'm very excited for this game, don't get me wrong. I like this. I like the WarioWare style game that these guys do.
Yes.
Yeah, July 2nd.
I was not previously, I'm not going to say excited for this game, but the mini games, like I'm in the market for that. Like I want more of that.
Yeah.
So seeing some of those, which maybe was not the first time seeing a lot of those, it's fine. But just that WarioWare style, goofy multiplayer experience, that was the first time that I'd given it the time of day to really look at what that game's going to bring to the table. And I liked it. I initially was like, okay, you know, whatever. Let's just get through it. And then when I started showing all those games, I was like, okay, so this looks like fun.
Yeah. You know? No, I think this will be a blast. And that's on Switch 1, so everybody will be able to play that. It's not a Switch 2 exclusive. I'm definitely picking it up. We'll have to make a point to play that.
That would be fun.
I don't know how to shoot that. We'll have to figure that out. But
yeah. Well,
that's a challenge for another day. We'll figure that out. So moving on from Rhythm Heaven, we got a very strange transition into Onimusha Way of the Sword, which is coming to Switch 2 on September 25th. This game has been announced for other platforms. Onimusha, of course, is another one of Capcom's big franchises from like the PS2 era. And it's coming day and date to Switch 2. Capcom just, they love this little machine, and they want to keep putting their games on it. I think clearly they're doing well. Resident Evil Requiem and Pragmata. So here's another one for you. Now, you were kind of... I didn't get a vibe check on whether or not you like the Ninja Samurai Soulsy games that we're seeing. But this, of course, was kind of the first taste of that in the direct.
I'm open to them. I mean, like, I'm not going to say I don't like them, because I do. It's just that I feel like I noticed it. It became like very apparent to me as the direct was going on, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fair. I like highlighting this one because I think Capcom had a very they had a big presence here in the direct, and they obviously had a big week, which we will get to later with some other announcements too. But following Onimusha, we got a Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen will come to Switch 2 on October 9th. This one's been out for a little while. This is a big, fantasy RPG that I remember being interested in at the time. I had not played the original one. I think the original one's available on Switch 1. But this is cool. They didn't need to bring this over, but they are. And, if you're into that kind of game, why not? Finally try it out. Then we saw Stellar Blade, which made waves. Was that last year that Stellar Blade came out, I think? On PS5, and I think it's on PC?
Not pop. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I don't know much about Stellar Blade. I don't know how familiar you are with it. I think it has a reputation of its main character and how she looks. And from what I understand, the game is much more than that. It's a very solid, hack and slash kind of action game. But it's not afraid to show things off, I think, is kind of the criticism this game receives. So,
wow.
I kind of thought it was... I think Sony published it on the PlayStation 5, but there was something about, for the sequel, they want to self-publish. So I guess they're going to make a point to put it everywhere. We'll see if it hits Xbox at some point. as well. I don't really know you to play games like this, the kind of the Bayonettas, the Devil May Cries, that sort of thing.
Not really. I had to give it a Google though. Maybe give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
That's what I told you.
It was funny.
That's fine. Next up, go ahead.
No, as soon as I gave it a Google, the first I did Stellar Blade, and then I did Stellar Blade main character, and the suggested second search was Stellar Blade main character age.
Oh, moving on. So next we saw Orbitals, which is a game I feel like we have seen at every Nintendo Direct thing basically since the Switch 2 was announced. It finally has a release date of September 3rd, 2026. I know we've talked about this one because it is a co-op game, which I know you and Amanda are big fans of. So are we still in on Orbitals?
Yes, that's my number one. That was my number one hype point. I will say Rhythm Groove near the end of it with the WarioWare stuff. That's where I started to feel like, I'm getting excited, you know?
Okay.
And then Orbitals, obviously nothing really new here, but getting a release date, seeing a little more. I was pretty, I was getting juiced up by Orbitals.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, it looks great. It's got a lovely art style, so that's cool. And it's coming pretty soon. September's not too far away. Next up is Rayman Legends Retold, coming October 1st, 2026 for the Switch 2. This was announced actually at the PlayStation State of Play last week, but it did get a presence here. This is a 3D reimagining of Rayman Legends. And it includes, it seems like every edition on every platform includes Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition, which I think maybe is just an up-resed version of that game. Those two games were awesome. I don't know if you've played either of those, but they were very well done. I don't really know why this exists. I don't know what made them go, let's take that game and remake it in 3D. I don't get
know. But doesn't this kind of like make sense to you though? Because them bringing Rayman 2 to the Switch Online, I was like, oh yeah, random. And then now it makes sense.
And they remember they did a re-release of the original Rayman with like all the different versions earlier in the year too. So
yeah,
they're clearly trying to bring him back,
which is wild flex.
That's fine. I mean, I think they want to get him away from the rabbits, so they're like, here's the real Rayman. You know,
get him away from those guys. Bad influence. You know, not good stuff.
But they've done the thing that publishers do sometimes, where they're like, if you don't buy this, you're not getting another one. We're not doing it. So you better, if you want a Rayman 4, you better buy this right now. So
we'll probably play that. Amanda likes Rayman.
Okay. I have very fond memories of playing that original one on the PC.
I did too.
Yeah. I still want to try Rayman 2 because, as you pointed out, like I hear all the time how great of a 3D platformer it is. One of the best, up there with Mario 64, up there with Banjo-Kazooie. Like I want to try it out.
Yeah, give it a shot. I've never personally. Amanda's played through the whole thing, so she wants to play through that again. And I have not yet told her that Rayman Legends Retold exists, so we'll see. But she likes to play through those games. If they did Jack and Daxter, she'd probably pass away. You know what I mean?
Oh, tell her that.
In a good way.
Okay. Yeah.
She'd pass on.
Legends Retold will be a co-op as well, so that might be another one for you.
Okay. Wow.
I believe the original was, so I think that's in here. Next up, we got one that this one I did actually think maybe was going to be one that you might be excited for, and that is Big Walk, coming August 4th for the Switch 2. This is a co-op game from the Untitled Goose Game studio, House. Yeah. And did you ever play Untitled Goose Game?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh dude,
that seems like a very Jordan thing to.
Yes, I played through that game twice, completely.
Okay.
One time co-op with an old buddy we went to school with, and then solo was the other time. Okay. Amanda and I have played gotten through like half of it, but we didn't finish together.
Sure.
No, I love that. I love that game. I really love this one. This is absolutely going to be a Switch game for me too. I know I could easily go PC, but I want to get like that goofy multiplayer Switch experience, and I can see this being something that my sisters pick up and then us just having a blast with it. So this was my second game that I did not expect and was very excited about. just this goofy other game, you know.
Yeah, it looks silly, and I too had a blast with Untitled Goose Game. So yeah, I'm willing to give this one a try. Here's one for you: One Piece Grand Gourmet, coming to Switch 1 and 2 on October 23rd. It is a restaurant sim featuring One Piece.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's for us, but then again, if you were running a restaurant and you had to keep Goku fed, I feel like we might be in.
Yeah. Wow. That'd be a challenging game.
Sure.
Is there a character in One Piece that is similar in that way? Do you know?
I have no idea, but
okay.
I imagine there probably is. But my point is, if this were Dragon Ball, I think we'd be stoked. It's not our thing, you know?
In a weird way, yeah. I hate that. To be clear, like that, you know, that makes me feel like such a sucker. But like, You're probably right.
Well, I mean, if this one does well, I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Oh God.
Then we got what I think was maybe the first big announcement of the Direct, which was Pokemon Pokopia is getting both a free update in August and a 3-part expansion pass that will start in August. Yeah. So did this part of the Direct confuse you? Because it confused me.
A little bit.
I wasn't entirely sure until after, like, what was included in what. Right. So we'll start with the free update, which is it's free update lets Ditto learn Dive. This will allow the player to explore, decorate, and build structures on the ocean floor. So that, something you could not do previously in Pokopia, now you can. There's a whole world down there. Do what you want to do with it.
Right.
If you want to buy the expansion pass, which is for sale right now, even though the content doesn't come out for 2 months, Part 1, Bubbly Basin, which, as I mentioned, August of this year, introduces an aquatic-themed underwater town where you can meet sea-dwelling Pokemon. So, you know, we don't know which Pokemon town it is yet. I'm going to guess Cerulean City, where you get the Bubble Beam. I don't know. That's just a guess. But this is cool. So it's a whole new town to explore and work with. I don't remember. Did the Direct hint at, like, new species of Pokemon being in these new areas?
I don't think so.
There was a tease right at the end of the legendary Fion part of the game.
Yeah, I'm not positive, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to suck me back in.
Sure. Well, and what's hard is, like, it's like, okay, cool, there's a new area. I didn't finish the first one, and it will cost me $35 more. So yeah, you're right. I don't know if this is what I need. It's still a game I would like to give more time to, but
you know, it's the one thing about Pokopia, and I don't need to tangent this for too long, but like the watering the grass thing hurt me, you know?
Okay.
Like, and then they're like, yeah, man, everything online was like, it's going to rain. It'll fix it. I'm like, cool, fine. I'll live with that.
Sure.
And then it rains and it makes it so spotty everywhere. I was like, I can't look at this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, it has to rain a couple more times. That was enough to drive me away. I know that's so stupid, but like, I couldn't make it through that. And like, had we not had to deal with something like that, maybe if I just push on, I'm sure whatever, maybe, but that pissed me off.
That's fair. That is totally fair. Later in 2026, as part of the expansion pass, you'll get Part 2, which will add more features and content to help develop your town. That's all it says. Who knows what that means? And then in 2027, Part 3 will be the final content wave, which I believe will also include another town, which I didn't write here in the doc. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I believe that is what that was. But makes sense. I mean, we've talked about how Pokopia has been Nintendo's biggest success, it seems like. In a while, the thing to kind of break through, although Tamagotchi Life is right there too. So it's good. I think that they're getting out there and being like, okay, we're working on it. I don't believe that whatever this Part 3 of the expansion pass will be the last. It might be the last part of this pass, but they will make more Pokopia content.
Yeah.
For sure. Because this game's going to live forever. After that, we got Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, which got a release date finally of September 17th, coming exclusively to Switch 2. This one's going to make people mad, Jordan, because this is the first one that will cost $70 on the eShop, but will have an $80 physical edition on store shelves. We talked about how they were raising the price, but other than Mario Kart World, Nintendo has not put out an $80 game yet.
Shoo.
Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll buy it. Fire Emblem fans will buy it.
They will buy it. I mean, if you did that, oh my God. We'll remember this for our last topic.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, yeah, that's probably going to be in the same boat. This also has a $120 collector's edition, which includes some things that.
Oh yeah.
I should pull up here. So yeah, this one's got art cards. It has an art book. It has a steel book for the game. Obviously includes the game itself, and then it does have a map of. Man, I can't read it. The Dagden region, which is where this takes place. So there you go, $120. Honestly, not a huge jump when the game itself cost $80.
No.
So if you're like, I want to buy a physical copy of this game, I mean, you're not too far off. If you can get a pre-order, why not?
Oh man, I love that they're doing a collector's edition, though. Honestly, like,
yeah,
I hope we see more of that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a few franchises Nintendo kind of bothers to do that for. Fire Emblem is one of them. Xenoblade's another. Metroid gets them once in a while, and then Zelda is kind of the last one.
It is. Did you put in here the Joy-Con?
I did not put the Joy-Con in, but we can talk about that whenever. I think they brought it up during the Splatoon thing, but yeah. So we're getting 2 new Joy-Con colors.
We
aren't really Joy-Con colors, are they? They're doing the same thing they did with the launch units. The same thing they did with the green and purple that came out a little later. These are like a blue and like an electric yellow.
Did you have an audible reaction to that alone?
I wasn't audible, but it was kind of like okay.
I mean, I was recording with our friend Big K, but
yeah.
If I wasn't and I was alone, I would have reacted the same way. I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" You know.
I wonder, like, because I've thought about it. Whenever I see the green and purple ones, but it's like I don't.
Why?
What do I need that for? Like, you know.
I'm looking at my Switch right now. That little pop of color does nothing.
No, I like the shade of green. I like this shade of blue and the yellow and the new ones here. But I don't need them because I hardly ever see them. Yeah. If the Joy-Con themselves were the color, that would be great. But they're not. So
what are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. Where were we on the list here? Ninjala 2 coming spring 2027 to the Switch 2. This is it's a ninja game for 4-player co-op.
Ninjala?
I wasn't familiar with Ninjala. This was the first time I heard of Ninjala for its sequel here.
Ninja Gum.
Yep, that's coming soon. Okay, this one's weird, but I'm curious to see what you think about this one, because I actually am kind of excited for this. They then showed us something called the DK Challenge, which started immediately and goes until September 1st. For some reason, it's exclusive to Switch 2, and I don't exactly know why. We'll get to that in a second. But what you do is you will collect challenge cards by completing challenges within Nintendo Switch Online games, including Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3, Donkey Kong for the NES, and Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. So that's pretty cool that they're utilizing, and they're like, complete this minecart level, beat, K. Rool. Like, they're, pretty easy challenges. Not easy, but like well-defined. Like, it's pretty easy to understand what you have to do. And then, you will collect these digital cards, which kind of work like achievements and trophies on a PlayStation and Xbox. They also will have challenges and challenge cards for Donkey Kong Bonanza. So it's part of it too. But yeah, if you go into your when you boot up your Switch, you have that little red circle, right? The Nintendo Switch Online circle. And you can get all the deets on this, and it'll show you how to get in there and play. So, first of all, when it comes to those other platforms, because, and Steam does this too, are you an achievement guy? Do you seek achievements?
No, I don't. But no, I don't. I'm just out there to have fun. But
sure.
I love this. This might be, I don't know if I want to say number 2. This is up there for what I'm excited about. I haven't booted this up yet. I would like to today, maybe later on tonight. But this speaks to me more than like Tetris 99 and like the Mario or like NES Remix, like that kind of thing. It very much gives me the same feel as NES Remix. But like, I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is really cool. Particularly the non-Bonanza stuff. The Bonanza stuff's fine, but like the challenge card thing with the NSO games, like Donkey Kong Country stuff, that is awesome. Like that's super cool.
It is very cool. So this concept leaked kind of right before the Direct that they were going to do some sort of challenges for, and we knew it was going to be NES, SNES, and Game Boy games. But no mention of Donkey Kong. But it was described as like NES Remix without the remix. And I was like, what does that mean? And turns out it means this. And yeah, I agree. I mean, I love Bonanza, but like, I think this is going to be better for giving you reasons to go back to those old games.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I certainly haven't gone back to the Donkey Kong Land games on the Game Boy classics, right? Like, I don't have a lot of love for those. Not the same way I do the country games.
Yeah.
You know, just because they're a little simpler. Although, from what I understand, pretty solid. But I think this is cool. My only complaint is that it is time limited.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that kind of puts a damper on the whole thing. I mean, we have plenty of time to do it, but it'll be interesting to see if we get more of this. Because I don't know how many franchises can do this, you know? Mario can, Kirby can, maybe Zelda.
Maybe.
You know?
I feel like Zelda would have to be like boss battles or something.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, mini boss stuff.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah. Interesting that it's just weird timing, but this only applies to the consoles that are on like the base NSO membership, right? NES, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy. It doesn't include any of the expansion stuff, so no N64, no GameCube. It's just weird that they just released Donkey Kong 64 and then did this, and it's like, so you could have maybe put challenges in that and, you know, enticed people to give it a try. I don't know, but it's there. It's a big Donkey Kong month, which is nice.
Yeah, which isn't that so weird to you?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm realizing more and more that like I think Donkey Kong is one of my top Nintendo franchises. Like straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, especially with how much you put in for 64.
I am realizing as an adult that I love Donkey Kong 64. But I love Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy. I love the country games we've talked about. I love Bonanza. Like, I think DK, when it hits, really hits.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know. And I hate that how much we've talked about this on the podcast. So it's like, am I contradicting myself? But like, I don't know. We're always growing and changing. But like, part of me wonders if I like Donkey Kong Country more than I like Mario. Not like as a franchise, but like Mario Bros. 3 is my favorite. Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World are my favorite Mario games.
Sure.
But do I like Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 more? Part of me kind of does in a lot of ways. And it's hard to decide like where I fall in that. It's hard to decide where I fall in that, you know?
No, I when I was thinking about this, I had a similar thought. I'm like, Tropical Freeze versus like Wonder. Like, I think I would say I like Tropical Freeze more.
Oh man.
Than some of the best Mario games.
Speaking of, I'm loving Wonder. I have been playing it.
Okay.
I always forget when we talk about what we play. It's like I was hit by a car and I forget everything.
Sure. That's not what happens when you get hit by a car, by the way. But you know, not many people can tell you that, but I can.
I can kind of tell you that.
That's true.
Not so bad as yours, maybe, but no, I don't know what it is. But I've been playing Wonder and I have been enjoying it. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Okay, very nice. I wanted to like 100% at this time, and once I finished all the main stuff, I kind of fell off. But I would like to go back.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the Direct. So next up was Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation, which is coming this year to Switch 1 and 2. It's from the creators of Vampire Survivors. It is 8 players. Get the most points, kill your friends, all that kind of stuff, right? Any interest in that? Because there's none for me.
No.
All right. Then we got what was they called the Up for the Challenge section of the Direct, where they showed off Lords of the Fallen 2 coming this fall to Switch 2, Lies of P Complete Edition August 6th for Switch 2, and Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition June 23rd, right around the corner, also for Switch 2. That is one we've been talking about having ratings forever, and we kind of knew it was imminent. But you know, I guess I don't think of Devil May Cry that way, as the other two are, you know, very clear Souls-likes. I played Devil May Cry 5, and I mean, it wasn't like a walk in the park, but it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it can be if you turn up the difficulty, but I didn't do that.
I never really got into Devil May Cry. I'm not sure if that's one I have too much interest in. Do you feel like I would like that? I always think about Hunter the Reckoning when I see Devil May Cry.
I don't know, because like I said earlier with Stellar Blade, like I don't see you playing a lot of games like that. I think when it's an action game, I think you want more of a story, you want more exploration. This is very much you were walking from point to point and you were killing things. Like and you know, there's it's a little deeper than that, but that is basically it. It's not Zelda, you're not completing dungeons, you're not finding items and treasure, and you're basically just killing things. Which some people really like. You know, it's about getting the combos and the high scores and all that stuff. We got Muramasa Revenant Blades coming in 2027 for the Switch 1 and 2, side-scrolling action RPG from Vanillaware and Marvelous. And then I was a little surprised to see this, at least here. The Xenoblade trilogy, the 1, 2, and 3 are all getting Switch 2 editions. They'll be 4K 60 on TV, 1080p 60 on handheld. They are $10 upgrades each, and they will have physical editions. Xenoblade 1 is out yesterday when this happened. I downloaded it, and I played Chapter 1. It looks great. I have Xenoblade 1, so I didn't buy that. I bought the upgrade pack. It looks awesome, especially handheld. I was like, wow, this is such a step up compared to how it looked on the original Switch.
Yeah.
And so I've played that game now on the Wii, the 3DS, the Switch 1, and now the Switch 2. And it's wild to think about how that game looked the first time I saw it to now. Yeah. And it's beautiful for a 15-year-old plus game. Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm getting FOMO on Xenoblade lately.
Okay.
You know, but like with how touch and go I am with games, like you're really good at locking in and completing something. If I'm not interested, it takes me like a year to finish games I'm not interested, because I'll come back, you know. And Xenoblade, I wonder if it would if the story would be.
This is one that definitely I fall victim to that, where I will be like, okay, I'll put it down for a while, and then that while becomes a long time, and you know, and I've done that with multiple games in this series. They're cool. I mean, the stories are good, the music's great. Like they're usually, at the time when they come out, they're pretty impressive games on Nintendo hardware. But what's cool about these Switch 2 editions is they all actually include new content as well. So for Xenoblade 1, you're getting a new high-speed vehicle that you can use to traverse around. You're getting new equipment designs and voiced heart-to-heart conversations. So in the game before, Jordan, you could have heart-to-hearts with your party members. But now they are fully voiced. They brought the voice cast back and recorded all of that. So there's that. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Switch 2 edition will come July 30th. Besides the performance upgrades, you'll be able to control blades and new action battles. There's a new rare blade and blade quest to complete, and there are new equipment designs for Pyra and Mithra, who of course are in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then finally on December 3rd, you'll be able to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Switch 2 edition, which has new defensive battles against waves of enemies, new hero and hero quest, and newly voiced event scenes. But that's not all, because then they showed us Xenoblade Genesis coming next year for the Switch 2. This is described as a new beginning for the series, right? Looks cool. I mean,
it did look cool.
If you're thinking of a time to jump in, I mean, this might be a great time to do it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh my God, because it looks different too, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
And very interesting. So
yeah, leans more into the fantasy, it looks like. I know some people think maybe that's a misdirect, but at least from what we saw, that's seems to lean more into that than like the sci-fi of the other games. So that's cool. So that's a pretty big announcement.
Yeah.
And what's funny, we've talked about the Nate the Hate rumors, and a lot of that stuff has shown up here and the Star Fox thing a couple weeks ago. One of the things he said was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Switch 2 edition. And we ended up getting all 3 games and a new Xenoblade. I think that's wild. That
is wild.
You just got that one piece, but there was a lot more. So if you're a Xenoblade fan, you are eating well.
That's funny. I would literally, words out of my mouth, just going to say Xenoblade fans are eating. You know what I mean? Like, they are stoked, probably, you know? Yeah. Very
and
cool.
They have been. The whole Switch generation onward, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
well, wasn't there like a visual fidelity?
There is still a problem with Xenoblade Chronicles X on Switch 2. That has not been resolved yet, but maybe it will be. So looking at this, though, like I said, I booted it up and played it for a bit. Some of that same stuff is there, but it is handled way better. Like, okay. I thought it was a clear improvement. I think there are people that would argue that the Switch 2 version of X is a downgrade from the Switch 1. I would never say that about this first game. But you know, I know there's people out there that are nitpicking it, but I'm having fun with it. It's gorgeous. Okay, another Nate the Hate rumor after Xenoblade was Nintendo Switch Sports Resort coming October 22nd of this year for the Switch 2. They showed Woohoo Island, which you may recall from the original Wii Sports Resort. Oh, yeah. Spent a lot of time on Woohoo Island.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
This one includes archery, boxing, table tennis, volleyball, bowling, basketball, golf, thumb wrestling, skateboarding, power cruising, prop plane, and jump rope. They don't have the sword fighting. Remember that from?
Yes.
That was so good.
I was waiting to bring that up.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I used to love that.
Yeah. Do you remember all of us in our friend's basement? We would play that for hours.
Yeah. But this is cool. I skipped Switch Sports on the first Switch. So I'm happy to see that a lot of those same games are included here.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go back to do that if I want to do bowling, for example. I can just do that here. Yeah. That's great. I don't know. Do any of these interest you in particular?
I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's cool to have. So this would be something I'd pick up on a sale for sure. Will I get it at launch? Probably not. But
sure.
If they had fucking, what is it? Battle at High Noon. What do they say?
I think that was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were like 3 different sword fighting modes. And that I think was one of them.
Oh man. If they had that, I'd be in.
Well, I know they added stuff to the original Switch Sports over time, so that could still happen here. What about that thumb wrestling demo?
What the fuck?
That was weird. Have you seen the way people have been editing like his camera over like things like the Stellar Blade and the Xenoblade reveals?
No.
And it's him, and it's his arm just bopping up and down while he's doing that, while these trailers play. It's so funny. Every time I see it edit like that, it makes me laugh so hard.
How do you get your thumb out? You know? Yeah. Oh, it's the shake. You shake it. That's right. I forgot. I remember now.
So Switch Sports Resort, that's cool. We'll keep you posted if they add anything to that. Then we got one that we have seen everywhere this week. It's been at every show, I think. But I have a history with this game, RuneScape Dragon Wilds, coming September 15th to the Switch 2. Did you ever play RuneScape? Around the time we would have been in like middle school.
No, I didn't have like a computer that I could be on all the time.
Okay. Well, RuneScape ate a lot of my time as a middle schooler. It was like a very simple looking MMO. With like lots of skills that you could level up, and you could kind of, if you wanted to be a ranger, you could do that, or a swordsman or a mage and all that stuff. It had quests you could play with your friends. I was so into that as a kid. Doesn't mean I'm going to play this necessarily. But it looks kind of cool. And I mean, I saw stuff that I recognized, like, oh yeah, okay, like, it brought back some memories. But I spent so much time. It was like a job. I would fish for lobster, then I'd cook them, then I'd sell them to adventurers and make money. Like, I'd mine a lot in RuneScape. Spent a lot of time in the mines, the Falador mines. Yeah. So I
Man,
don't know if I can commit to more RuneScape as an adult, but
Big K expressed heavy interest in this one,
that's interesting.
which like that is his jam.
That is.
So yeah, he's pumped. He's like, not on the Switch. I'm sorry, not on the Switch, but
Yeah. Like I said, it'll be everywhere. It's been at every show this week. Then we got Hello Kitty Party Land coming October 29th, Switch 1 and 2. Moving on. Star Fox, June 25th. That is so close.
Yeah.
We are so close to Star Fox, exclusively on the Switch 2. Basically nothing new in this trailer, but there's a demo that is out right now, and I've played that demo. It is the training mode, and then the second level, the Meteos, and the Asteroid Belt. And dude, this game, it's exactly what you'd want.
Okay.
It plays like a dream. But it's what you remember. Like, you know, and that's perfect. And you remember in that second level, there's like the weird like warp things, and you can like hit them all, and then so that is like this weird, you hit that, and then it goes to like this weird trippy thing with you're blowing up asteroids, and you're getting tons of bombs and tons of laser power-ups, and it was very cool. And I got a little glimpse, the voice acting and the performances, and yeah, I'm stoked. I'm curious to see what you think of this one. Final Fantasy Resonance, on October 22nd, 2026, for the Switch 1 and 2. This is, surprisingly, the first HD 2D Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, right? And from what I understand, kind of like Octopath Traveler 0 was, this was a mobile game that they are adapting to, they're making a new game out of it for consoles, which, from what I understand, went very well with Octopath Traveler 0, which I know you had played. So they're doing it again here with this Final Fantasy Resonance. So, as not the biggest Final Fantasy guy, but a big HD 2D guy, where are you at on this one?
Oh, I'm into it. This was the next on my list for excitement. I love it, man. This is I've been wanting, like, I am really just in a heyday right now with HD 2D. Like, it's really supplementing this like thing I needed to get into not only just the turn-based style thing, but like get back to some of these classics and new stuff. But like Final Fantasy, I do like Final Fantasy. It's been hard for me to go back. This is perfect for me to go back to.
This looks cool. I mean, I think people are excited that it's a turn-based Final Fantasy, which, the mainline ones really aren't anymore. So that's cool. And we don't have to wait too long for it. Square is another one that's having a very big year on Switch, but everywhere. I mean, they're putting out so much stuff. After that, Piku Niku 2 is coming in 2027. I've seen this game before, the first one. I don't really know anything about it.
No.
Are you aware of
I need to Google it really quick. Oh, yes, this one. Okay. No, this is another one where I was like, what's Piku Niku 1, Goofy. I'll give it a shot if it's cheap,
Okay. Well, the first one's on sale a lot. So if I had to guess, this one will be as well.
I mean, it's funny looking.
It does seem like it has that vibe that you gravitate towards with this kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I can see that. They followed that up with Dragon Quest Monsters, The Withered World, coming December 3rd for Switch 1 and 2. We just heard about this at the Dragon Quest thing a couple weeks ago. Then we saw the Duskbloods, reconfirmed for 2026, still exclusive to Switch 2. Didn't really show a whole lot of new stuff about it, but they did confirm there will be a closed network test this summer. I expected this to be a big blowout in the show. And so I was surprised by how little information there was. I thought this was going to be kind of one of the anchors of this direct.
And contrary to what I was saying about like the Souls-like games and kind of being steered away, I was initially interested in this one. Yeah.
I mean, this one has a pretty cool, vampire-y, Castlevania vibe. Like, cool. I'm interested in that one too, even though I tend to not play a lot of those. But very little on the Duskbloods, so maybe we'll see some in a couple months. Who knows? Then we got Splatoon Raiders, which is still coming July 23rd for the Switch 2. We're going to get a Splatoon Raiders Direct on June 30th. So again, not a ton of new info here, but It sounds like we will get some in a couple more weeks. Then we've got Deltarune Chapter 5 coming June 24th. Metaphor ReFantazio, November 12th. I'm excited for this one. I wanted to play it when it came out. It is from from Atlas, who makes Persona, but it's kind of their take on like a fantasy RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's cool. That's finally coming over. Minecraft Switch 2 got a 2026 date. That's it. No out today. No, here's what it is. There's like we're doing it. That's crazy. You're Minecraft. How do you not have a date?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's crazy. Going through, I mean, I don't know on these like kind of quick hits that they just rolled through, like, are there any that you want to talk about? You have your cursor on one here.
No, not really. I think Metal Gear, the collection, and Rise of the Tomb Raider, that's cool.
Yeah. Rise of the Tomb Raider was a shadow drop. They released the first reboot Tomb Raider a couple of months ago now, I think at this point. Now Rise is there. Stuff like Space Marine 2, DayZ, SnowRunner, which I know Big K is a big fan of.
Yes.
That is now on Switch 2. Fitness Boxing 3, Everbloom, Final Fantasy 14 Online we've talked about. That's early access will still be August 2026. But then we got to see the Kingdom Hearts collection 1 through 3 coming October 8th for Switch 2. These will be available separately. It's 3 different games. It's a lot. It's like 1.5 plus 2.5 is one collection, and then 2.8 is its own thing, and then 3 plus Recoded is another thing. I think I did that right. I can't believe I just did that off the top of my head. These 3 things are all actually available they were available as cloud versions on the Switch, but not natively, and that always pissed people off. Now they are coming natively to Switch 2. The first 2 games are coming natively to Switch 1 as well. Makes you wonder why they weren't there in the first place, but they are. The cloud versions have been delisted, so you can no longer get them. If you do have them already, you'll get a discount when this comes out. I think it's like a 50% discount. But yeah, I mean, the whole dang Kingdom Hearts collection will be available on Switch 2.
That's cool.
It is cool. I've only played the first one, and I thought it was fun. You know, I'm probably there more for the Disney stuff than the Final Fantasy stuff, but it's a fun blend of the 2.
Yeah, I mean, well, we talked a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember, like, we had no idea this was going to happen, but I remember saying to you that I wish that I had experienced Kingdom Hearts in the heat of it, you know? Yeah. So maybe the resurgence is time, but I'm feeling pretty doubtful about it. It's funny because like a couple of weeks ago I was like, yeah, man, I think I could do it. Like, that'd be cool. And then now I'm like, I don't know.
Come on. You like Donald Duck.
That's a weird one to pull out of your pocket.
Well, he's one of the main party members. It's you, Sora, and then Donald and Goofy, and then whoever you pick up in whatever world you're in. So it might
I
be
would
the
like
genie.
the banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
But
Tarzan's in there.
Yeah. Is Phil Collins bopping around, or what's
Phil Collins is not, at least in that first game.
Okay.
As himself. But who knows?
Phil Collins.
What was that?
Is Phil Collins? Is Phil Collins in one of these games? What are you?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Big part of Tarzan though. But then we got, this is crazy. So then they followed that up with showing us Kingdom Hearts 4, which, like, that's been a question of like, what showcase will this show up at? And it was this one. I would have never guessed, but they announced that Kingdom Hearts 4 will arrive at launch, day and date on the Switch 2, which is, that's just, Nintendo's doing a really good job, I think, of securing those kinds of releases and putting it out there, being like, the big third-party stuff you want also launches here. And not all the time, and we're still catching up to that, but I think this is a big one, So that's pretty cool. And then we had one final announcement. Okay? And, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate that we knew this was coming, right? But as you get to the end of the show, you're kind of like, are we going to see Zelda?
Uh-huh.
The rumor was there was an Ocarina of Time remake coming this year, and we would see it in the summer. And we did. They
We
started
did.
with a tapestry, little voiceover work, and
Yeah.
a tapestry showing the Deku tree. Little hints of the Kokiri Forest music, the Lost Woods
Ooh.
music. And then it fades into a very hyper realistic child Link sleeping in his little treehouse, and then that's it. You get a
In a
title.
little treehouse.
You get a title card of Ocarina of Time. They're just calling it The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and then a 2026 date. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Why? Why did they show it this way?
I don't know. It wasn't enough.
I think if we didn't know, I think it would be different. Because I think if it was just a tease and this was the first we were hearing about it, I think we would feel differently.
Yeah.
But because we knew about it, and they knew we knew about it, it's not like Nintendo wasn't listening and they're like, oh, they know about that. Like, they know.
Yeah.
They could have changed things around a bit, but
Yeah.
they didn't do that. So we just get that little glimpse. And we're going to talk later in the week about what we think will be changed, what should be changed, and what should be kept the same about the Ocarina of Time remake. But tell me your feelings on seeing this trailer.
Oh, well, like you said, we kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And in my mind, everything else from Nate the Hate had happened.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like it's either now or it's not happening to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Because there's no way they would have their own direct just to talk about this. Like there's no way that would happen. So like it had to be here. So as we got closer to the end, I'm thinking this is absolutely going to be the last thing that they show. And it was. And man, oh man, the payoff was big. I liked it. I think I'm glad we knew about it because I don't know that I would have digested it the same way. Like, I would be excited. Don't get me wrong. Sure. I mean, as soon as that little hint of the Lost Woods music kind of peeked out, mad goosies on my end. I was like, oh, sure. Oh man. I was feeling it. I was very excited. To the point where like recording a reaction to it, I was like bummed out that all I could say out loud, I was just said, oh my God, a bunch of times. Like I could not I was just very excited, but how do I feel about it? The hyperrealism is very interesting.
Yeah.
And it looks, have you seen the, I wish I could credit the guy who's been doing this online. I cannot remember his name, but there is a developer online who's been making a Unreal Engine Ocarina of Time that you can download and play.
Yeah.
You just have to warp into the different areas. It's not complete yet, but it is fully fleshed out in the different areas. Very, very cool work. Huge work. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that. Like exactly that.
It does. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to. It's hard to judge because it is just this one little bit we're seeing. But I don't like the one little bit we saw. So now that's what I'm going to stew over until they show us more. Is I have that one little scene where I don't know if the lighting doesn't work for me. I don't know. But I just know that I looked at that image of Link sleeping there and I said, I don't like that.
I'm hoping that it's just a cutscene and maybe it's a little different because of it being a cutscene.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to explain this the right way. And well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to save some of this because I'm going to tangent.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have some thoughts, but my initial reaction, I am excited, but I am very curious.
Oh yeah. I am so curious about what this is, what they're going to do with it. And like I said, we're going to talk about kind of our thoughts about how they might change the game and how they might not. But yeah, it's funny that you said that if it wasn't here, it wouldn't be anywhere. I actually, before the Direct, I thought there was a possibility that this would show up at the end of Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
I thought if Nintendo's there, because there was a rumor that Nintendo was going to be there, and I thought if they are, it's because they have something that they think is worth shaking up industry-wide, and it could be this. This fits the bill. And I think seeing it, I think it would have, but it wasn't there. So yeah, they closed it with that. It's so weird to me that it's so little information, but it's coming this year.
Yeah.
Sometime in the next 6 months, we will play this game that we have seen.
Do you think
5 seconds of? You think there's a possibility it doesn't hit this year?
I do.
I mean, there always is, especially with Zelda.
Yeah. I wonder. I hope not. But I wonder. Like we've said before, though, I do feel like this is the holiday game. I do feel like this is the holiday release.
Yeah, I think with everything we saw here, I mean, this is it. This is the thing that they feel like they can go up against a GTA 6. Not
Dude,
right up against, but like, nothing else Nintendo's putting out is gonna even get close to that, right?
No, have you seen those, the memes for GTA 6 versus Zelda?
No.
Oh, the execs like, fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Ocarina of Time. I'm excited to know that like that is how we are anchoring this year with a big Zelda project. I know I'm going to be playing a Zelda thing on my Switch 2, built for the Switch 2 at the end of this year. That's cool. That's very cool to me. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more and to see what they do with it. Will we get a direct focused on this game in a couple months? Maybe a Zelda anniversary direct. We never got anything for that.
Oh my god, I hope so.
So maybe they show us this and a couple things.
Imagine a soundtrack, like a new soundtrack like they did for Skyward Sword? Oh no, they did it for Ocarina of Time 3D. I have one for Ocarina of Time. I just don't remember why.
Yeah. I don't know.
The CD. But yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool. We talked about collector's editions. Do you think this will get one?
God, I hope so.
Right?
It better. And dude, it kills me because you know what I know that I'm going to do is I'm going to buy it for the physical and I'm going to pay for it twice.
Okay.
Because I know that I want it digitally.
Will they make the cartridge gold?
Oh my God. What a good question. That's so interesting. I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. It's probably too expensive in this economic climate.
They certainly made the fucking font gold instead of red.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Yeah. But yeah, this is cool. So that's a big thing to end on. Probably one of the biggest things they've ended a direct on, I would say. Like we've got Zelda before, but it's either, like Link's Awakening was one of those, which is a great game, but it's, it's a smaller thing than this. Tears of the Kingdom, like that was far away at that time. So it's like a high caliber game that is close. That's cool. Real quick, because I know we're going a little long here. Some of the other announcements from both Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Game Showcase. Right off the bat, I know there's one we need to talk about, and that is Resident Evil Veronica, which was shown at Summer Game Fest, opened the show. Coming to Switch 2 day and date once again. I just saw today, so the trailer is in first person. But Capcom actually confirmed today that the entire game is a third person game.
Okay.
It's not going to have options like Requiem. It is a third person game, like the remakes of 2 and 3
I like that.
4. I mean, that's how I play, so that doesn't affect me, but that is cool. I've never played Code Veronica.
Neither have
I know it's one of the harder ones to get a hold of these days. But I've always heard how great the story is. So I'm pretty excited to experience this. And, we know they do a great job with this. So this is, as far as Nintendo-centric announcements, this was one of my top ones of the week. We got that really cool God of War one at the PlayStation thing, but that's not to discuss on this podcast. So I'll go with this one. They also, Summer Game Fest, I felt like delivered pretty well. But Final Fantasy VII Revelation closed the show. They went very long on that. They talked about it for a long, long time, but they did confirm the thing that we had questioned. Will this keep the PlayStation exclusivity like the first 2 did at launch? Or will it launch everywhere all at once? And it is. It's coming to PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Switch too, all next spring. So that's pretty cool. Very excited for this one because it doesn't look like they're holding back. You know, they're doing the whole, you jump out of the airship and land wherever you want. Like they're going for it, and I'm excited for it. I've got Spyro: A Realm Reborn listed here. I know you're not a Spyro guy, but I am, and I thought it was cool to see. Looks maybe like it's an open world game.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it looks cool. Here, I should pull that up again and look at it.
Yeah, so that's Spyro: Realm Beyond. That was at the Xbox conference. That is from Toys for Bob, who did the Spyro collection as well as the Crash collection. No, they didn't do the Crash one. But they did the Spyro one. Toys for Bob did do Crash 4. It's About Time, and that was excellent. So now we're getting a new Spyro from them. So that's pretty cool. A lot of flying though. That's kind of all they showed. And I was like, I hope it's not. I want to do more than fly. You know.
100%. One of our listeners actually, I'm not going to say her name, but big Spyro fan.
Okay. Yeah.
She is a tattooer and tattoos a lot of Spyro stuff. She recently had some of her work reposted by, what was it? Toys with Bob?
Toys for Bob, yeah.
Toys for Bob.
Yeah.
So like that was pretty cool. I saw that the other day. You know, that's why I just wanted to say that. It was pretty cool.
Very cool. Shout out.
Yeah.
We got Wolong 2, Wings of Ember at the Xbox conference. Crazy Taxi World Tour is coming from Sega. This one, of course, getting some flack. Have you seen this? Where with the AI stuff, they were just like, we're doing it, we're using it, and so like we've had companies that have like they've left placeholder AI things in there, or they've been like, oh, we used it for translation, but this is the first time I can think of where a company is just like, yeah, we did it. What are you gonna do? Like it's like, whoa, like that's bold, that's brazen. Yeah, we'll see if that affects anything. I don't know, like I like Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
But like I don't know what you do with Crazy Taxi that's like new.
Yeah.
It just kind of feels like a game you just pop in every 10 years and you're like, okay, let me.
Dude, I'm in the same boat with that one, honestly. Never been. I understand there's a lot of love for it, so I want to be respectful, but I'm not dying for it.
No, they know what they're doing. They had the offspring there in the trailer. They know their audience.
They know what they're doing.
Alien Isolation 2. I don't know of you being a big fan of Alien, but like this seems like a game up your alley.
Everyone tells me that so much that it makes me want to check it out.
Yeah.
I never have.
Like an alien horror game on a spaceship. Like it's not quite Dead Space, but I feel like there are some similarities. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go off on this for very long, but there was that like it's not Prometheus, but what's the game? I don't know. There's another game that was aliens on a ship where they took things over. I feel like I love that shit. I don't know why. Okay. But like every game I've ever played that's like that, I'm like, sign me up. I like it. Cool. Yeah. So that's coming from Sega and Fox, and it will be on Switch too. This time, the first one's on Switch 1 as well. We also saw two things from Cuphead, Mighty Cuphead Adventure, as well as they're going to do a Cuphead sequel that is hand animated like the first one. The other one is like a weird like 8-bit kind of looking thing. Did you ever play the first Cuphead? I did. Yeah. I did complete Cuphead. I really like Cuphead. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. Beating Cuphead. That's tough. Yeah. 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 That's when I need to spend more time. I've played it, but I haven't actually, I don't own it. Oh my God. One of the most frustrating games I'm sure I think I played. Yeah. Well, now there's going to be more, so enjoy that. At Day of the Devs, we saw Super Ukulele Kart, which I know we thought was being teased, and I don't think it's what we wanted it to be. No, but it's like kind of cool. Go ahead. It's kind of cool looking. I mean, like it's not, because we were talking about, this is the opportunity. You were saying this to me, what a cool opportunity to kind of breathe some life into Diddy Kong Racing, like go that route, right? Like, what a great game, but it didn't. It's not. No, I mean, you think like, okay, they're ex-Rare devs that made this studio. Right. They would, they've done a Banjo-Kazooie they've done a Donkey Kong Country that makes sense. Whereas this one is an homage to Super Mario Kart for the SNES, which I think when I texted you, I said, why would you base it on the worst Mario Kart? Why would you look at all the Mario Karts and go, that one? That's the one I like.
I like Super Mario Kart.
I don't.
Isn't it interesting though? Like the art style, it's not HD 2D, but it is like kind of HD.
Kind of.
2D.
I don't dislike how it looks. I don't have a problem with that at all. I just wish it was more of the kind of racing adventure thing that Diddy Kong Racing was.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I was hoping for. And that's my fault. I talked myself into that. It's not their fault they didn't make that game.
I don't have an issue with the art style, but because of the comparison to Super Mario Kart and how it looks, you got to hope it doesn't control like it though, because that'd be rough.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not trying to play Mario Kart Super Circuit, Yeah.
I think that part will be okay. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how that all shakes out. And then this one was weird because at Summer Game Fest, they announced new content for Monster Hunter Wilds. And I thought, okay, this would be a good opportunity to, be like, hey, we're bringing it to Switch 2. They didn't do that. But then like after, they're like, by the way, we're working on it for Switch 2. And it's like, cool, you just did a big thing. You just paid a bunch of money over there to talk about the game. Why didn't you mention that? But, so there's that. And honestly, I think that's probably going to wrap up our recap of the summer announcements here. I know I had a couple items there at the bottom, but we don't need to get to those. Overall, all these announcements, take them all in. You feeling good about the future of Switch and video games?
I think so. I think that was really fun. I feel like there's a lot of fan service happening in many different ways. When we talk about Xenoblade, the new Star Fox coming back.
Yeah.
People excited about that. Obviously Zelda, the DK challenge, like there's a variety of things happening and I like variety. So like,
me too. Yeah.
There's some exciting things happening. I feel good.
Good. Yeah, me too. I like I said, I don't feel like it was presented well, the Direct in particular. Like I think the Xbox showcase at this point, those are so streamlined. Like those, I think, do such a good job of pacing and delivery. The Jeff Keighley stuff, the Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, they're a little rocky sometimes, but this one was okay. But so Direct presentation wise, not good. Game wise, variety wise, I think very good. I'm excited. There's some old third party ports on here that I'm excited, like Metaphor I talked about. Even stuff like Onimusha, which I've never played an Onimusha game, but like, I had never played a Pragmata game before that, obviously, because it was new. But it came to Switch and I enjoyed it. So maybe this is another opportunity for something like that for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode here of Podcasting with Power. If you like what we do, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment and follow us on social media at Pod with Power. Until next time, I'm Zachary Davis. That's Ron Carlson. Bye-bye.
Bye.